When it's spring again, I'll bring again shoeless from Amsterdam. Da, 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 dee, 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 da, da. Wow, da, 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 wow, wow. Wow, 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 wow. Boopy doopy doo, boo, 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 boo. Boopy doopy boo, boo, boo. Boopy doopy boo, 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 boo. And a boo, boopy boo, boopy boo. Boobity boopy boo, boobity boopy boo, boobity boopy 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 boo, boo boopy boo, boopy boo, boo boo, boo boopy boo, boopy doo, boo boopy boo, boopy boo, boo boopy boo, boopy boo. Thank you. Welcome to the We're Not Racist and We Love Gays podcast.
My name is Ben Adams.
And I'm Lenny Sherman. Welcome. Everyone's welcome.
Everyone is
welcome. By the way,
welcome.
just a quick one. If anyone's wondering what that song was we just sung there, that is actually the new national anthem for Luxembourg.
It is, yeah.
We was sent it to by the Luxembourg government, who are big followers, and they've asked us to test run it. So give us your feedback on that.
Catherine Jennison. That's who it is.
Catherine Jennison.
Catherine Jennison, yeah.
Who's that?
That's who sings the song.
Oh, the
Luxembourg
this
national
one.
anthem. Yeah, Boo Boo Doo.
Yeah, sorry, I'm all over the gap. Yeah, she's great singer, lovely girl as well. She's not a lot of people know this, but Catherine Jennison makes a lovely cheese sandwich.
She does. That's how she got her break. She was working on a cheese stall, singing along,
Yeah.
doing her cheese. She's got great cheese, honestly, all over Luxembourg. Anyway, enough about that. But she's there, and she was going boo 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 doo. So I went, hang on.
She got spotted.
Yeah.
Shows ya.
That's just what
Always
can happen.
be positive. This is a positive podcast.
It's a very positive
You know
podcast.
That. We know that.
Yeah.
They know that.
Number
Right.
two this month in the positive podcasts, PPs, the
Positive
BPPP
podcast
charts. Yeah.
Number two.
Number two.
Yes.
We're getting
Thank
there.
you, gang.
Thank you very much, everyone, for supporting, for pushing us up there.
And yeah, get on that Patreon, gang.
Get on the Patreon, for
Anyway,
God's
the
sake.
Patreon is you click on the link in our bio on the Instagram. You click on the Patreon link. You pay your little £10 a month.
Yeah.
And you support us. We need all support.
You chuck us some
Keeps
money,
us afloat.
you get
Show your
entertained.
appreciation. You're supporting the arts. You're supporting the boys. You're supporting the We're Not Racist and
boys.
We Love Gays.
Boys.
We've got the boys.
You up, boys?
And also, Ben, I've got another little bit of good news.
What's the good news?
By the way, our trusty producer, Derek Igloo, got the old thumbs up. He can't hear us.
He can't hear, he can't speak.
And he's bloody good producer.
He's the best. He's the best.
Look, it's hard. He was with Bruce Willis last week on his podcast.
Yeah.
Nodding away. The new Bruce Willis podcast coming out. The news.
What?
You know the blind podcast charts?
Yeah.
We are up to number 2.
Number 2 as well.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So,
That's the blind special we did last week.
We did the blind. As you know, we've got a very big blind following.
Huge.
We appreciate you all. Right on the camera, hello there. That's for the Patreon. If you're on the Patreon, you get the video, and we're just waving on there. So
Yeah.
thank you so much.
Thank you so much, and of course our brand new big
course.
following in Luxembourg as well. That's how
Last week we had the blind darts world champion Barry Bristow on. So yeah,
he was a good guy. He
treat.
was a nice
great.
guy. I loved him.
He was great. That was a great.
He was
episode.
great. One word story.
One
word story.
Take it away.
Tuesday
Was
a
lovely
day
for
me.
I
Decided
to
grab
a
bag
of
clothes,
and
butter,
my
bread,
in
the
kitchen.
then
I
went
at
to
the
park
to
see
the
ducks.
because
It
was
National
duck.
Day.
I
Was
giving
the
ducks
a
bit
of
bread
and
butter,
hence
the,
butter,
and
clothes.
the
Ducks
loved
the
clothes,
especially
the
hats.
because
Ducks
are
often
given
hats
to
help
them
live.
longer.
Then
I,
saw
a,
man
he,
was
nasty,
he
tried
to
sexually
molest
all
of
the
swans. Ducks
didn't
like
this
at
all.
so
They
went
over
to
their
swans,
and
said,
oi,
you
fucking
piece
of
shite
fuck
off,
you,
man, you dick. Sorry.
you dick,
Dick,
nonce,
twat.
cunt.
Now
I'm
going
to
smack
your
face
with
my
duck.
legs.
I
Do
not
want
your
kind
in
my
park.
now
Fuck
off,
you.
cunt.
And see.
And see.
So,
Yeah,
yeah, there
lovely,
was,
yeah,
the
nice.
moral of that story is don't sexually abuse swans because...
Any animal really.
No, yeah, but that particular
But
story, this
particular-
particular... Don't sexually abuse swans because ducks in hats don't like it.
No. I think it's only
It
the
will
royals. I
upset-
think it's only the royal family that can molest
Will
swans.
upset- that's,
I think that's the rule.
oh, is it? Okay.
I think so. We have got a suggestion here from a Mr. Now, if you are one of our patrons, you can send us suggestions,
Yeah, we-
requests for the show.
Send them in. Send them in.
But actually, we've got a letter.
Oh,
This
lovely.
came via oldie post, and I've ripped it a little bit because I'm not used to opening letters.
Who's it from?
It's from Mr. R. Slicker. R. Slicker, and he has asked, "Dear Lenny and Ben," it's very formal. Hope you're well.
Very well, thank
Very
you.
well, thank you. R. I don't know. He doesn't know it. Richard,
Mr. Slicker.
Mr.
Could be Robin.
Robin Slick. Yeah, Robin Slick. R.
I don't know. We don't know.
Whatever. He's asked, "I would really like to know how you guys met. Sorry for the old post. I don't have a computer." Okay. That's it. That's what he said. And lots of love.
Enjoy the podcast. Just sign up for the Patreon. £10 a month. Thank you.
Thank you, R. Slicker.
And I recommend everyone else to do the same. Thanks.
P.S. I really love you guys. You guys are the best. You are so attractive, both of you. I love you. I listen to you all day long, and you are my best friends, and I want to be with you every day.
What's a bit on the back? PTO. Look.
Oh, sorry, Peter.
Hey, can I lick your bums and willies? Anyway, that's a lovely letter. Thank you very much. Lovely, really,
Slicker.
Mr. R. Slicker.
And, how did we meet?
How did we meet?
We met doing comedy.
You gonna take this one?
We can both take it.
Okay.
We met during, we were doing comedy
How long ago?
a long time ago, 12 years.
I first started doing stand up about 12 years ago. Same.
I did that, but then had a break.
Similar. All right, yeah,
Similar.
all right, yeah,
I had a
yeah,
break.
It's
I
not.
had a
That's
break.
regardless. We met about 12 years ago. Early days. So about 12 years ago, we met doing in London, doing stand up comedy on the old open mic scene.
Open mic scene.
then.
I'm back there. I'm back there now.
No, you're getting anyway.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
don't
I'm only
discredit yourself.
joking. Calm down. I'm
Chill
only
out, you know.
joking.
The old for people abroad, the open mic. That's the London open mic. So you know what it means, don't you? So yeah, we met then, and similar sort of sense of humour. good, similar values. You know.
Yeah, it was nice, and then became friends. Then I think
And
you went on
lots of
holiday.
laugh.
You went on holiday for a little while, didn't you? You went travelling.
Yep.
And then there was a gap in the comedy circuit. I didn't know what to do, and then finally you came back from travelling, and we met up again, and it was started doing the podcast.
The old podcast, because this is, if anyone who isn't aware, we used to do this podcast before. It's very successful.
Yeah,
we were
very
just
much
doing it for a laugh,
trendsetters,
but now we're
weren't
doing it. We're trying to get a bit of money up. We need to earn some money. We're both fucking skin. We're seeing a lot of podcasts earning money. Good luck to them.
Good luck to
I ain't
them.
naming no names, but a lot of people are earning a lot of money for a lot of shit. Let's be honest. And but some of them are great. Some of them are great. We're not saying them ones. If it's you earning, if it's you're listening, and we're not. No, you're one of the good ones.
Yeah,
if you're
yeah,
listening,
it's not you.
It's the other people. Them other fucking
bastards.
ones.
You know.
Shit.
You
They
know.
are, honestly, they are shit. Shit.
Awful.
But they're earning a lot of dough. Good luck to them. Listen.
Honestly,
God
Derek,
bless them.
good luck to them.
Abundance
Good luck
is
to
for
them.
everyone. All of us should be doing well in
Yeah.
life, in love, in everything.
I want to live in a world where
good
I never stop listening to podcasts. I want 1,000 podcasts in my ears.
We are, as Derek's just hold up here, we are the podcast of positivity.
Exactly.
We are, and we want to spread that positivity. So yeah, that's how we met, basically, doing the comedy.
and then we were doing the podcast, and
been
then
friends for a
things
long time,
happen.
12 years, yeah. We've
then we
been
come
through a lot
back.
together, haven't we?
Been for a hell of a lot
Seen
together.
a few,
yeah. We've seen a lot of people come and go.
We've seen people come and go.
We've
Oh,
seen
we
a
have.
lot.
We seen some people come and
A
go.
lot of tube journeys together.
The old trains. I miss the old open mic night. When you do the open mic, it's a bit of a little circuit, and you at the time. But there's a lot of characters on that. A lot of good comedians. A lot of really good comedians. I must say this.
I love the open mic scene.
And when you first start, comedy, this is more relatable to other comedians, but people will get on board with this. It's you go to these, because a lot of people drop out for different reasons. I mean, a lot of people crack on, and good luck to them, but let's be honest, they're a bit shit. They might tick a box or whatever.
Well, I find that a lot of people sort of are really good, and then they'll get management, and then the management will say, "Oh, you need to do this," and then you'll be on telly, and then they do that, and but good luck to them.
I don't know about that, but no, I'm saying there's a lot of good comedians when you start who give it up because of circumstances.
Oh yeah.
Or they ain't got the staying power or whatever. Like I say, they might have a job, or they might meet a possessive girlfriend or possessive boyfriend.
They might be done for
they
nonsense.
They might get there might have been a few comedians we've lost a few comedians to nonsense. Anything can happen.
Anything can happen.
There's a lot of good. My point being, there's a lot of good comedians that you see. A lot of characters, even if they're shit. I'll tell you why. A lot of people look like they grind you down doing it. Can, but what really got me through it, Ben? I don't know if this is the same for you.
Yeah.
But if I would see really bad acts. So there's a bad act on, and there was a lot the open mics, because this open mic, when you first start, so you're doing your open mics because you're new or you're shit or you're learning, right? And a lot of them, they're run by people who don't really know how to run gigs. So it's a very tough, grueling experience. It's the hardest out of all it. When you start being a professional comedian and you start doing proper clubs, all the clubs are set up properly, all the audience are there to enjoy it, all the acts are good. There's this thread of goodness everywhere.
Yeah.
When the open mic is set up badly, the comedians, you might have watched 5 or 6 shit comedians, and you've got to go on and the audience are thinking, oh, fucking, what's this? They're not really expecting. So it really does toughen you up. But let me get to my point. Sorry, I'll just. What used to drive me, 'cause you people see shit acts on, they go, oh, fucking hell, this geezer's so shit. Why does he keep going? Oh, the fucking, they're like that. But I just used to find it hilarious.
Yeah.
And I'd be supportive as well. I probably, but used to I'd always be supportive. I would never knock anyone, because he's very brave to get on stage. Same as the boxing ring, he's very brave. And listen, everyone, we're all learning, we're all on our own journey. I would never knock anyone like that, I don't think. Probably have took the piss on the quiet, I'll be honest with you. But I'm just saying, ultimately, good luck to anyone doing your thing, and fucking you're not hurting no one. God bless them.
Yeah.
But I used to get driven. I used to see mad, crazy comedians, and it wouldn't upset me. I just used to find it hilarious, and that's what kept me going. I see other comedians sitting there fucking go, oh, this cunt.
But just quickly,
go on, I've done,
I always sit there and I'm always smiling, I'm always clapping, I'm
You
always
are.
laughing. But you've got to, because when you're doing it, and you're, like you say, everyone gets up there, we're all in it together. It's all good stuff. It takes a lot.
And one thing I'll say for you, to your credit, you're a good laugher. At a comedy show. You
I always laugh.
If you're one of them, I do hear you laughing. You're one
and
of
then
them
when
people.
I'm on stage, the other acts, they don't want to give me anything.
I do I never do fake laugh, but I will encourage people, and I try and. especially newbies, it can be a bit. You know what it is and all with open mics when we used to do them. Most of the crowd are just other comedians waiting to go on.
Yeah. Or they're people that are just someone's gone upstairs and gone, oh, there's comedy on tonight, and people go, oh yeah, we'll give it a go.
They're not really interested, basically.
No.
But what it is with a lot of the comedians, and they go, oh, other comedians don't laugh. All right, some of them are bitter, but a lot of them, they're sitting there trying to remember. Let me finish. I ain't finished my point. They're sitting. Yeah. They're sitting there wanking. No, Ben, I haven't finished. They're sitting there trying to, and I've been in this position. I'm sitting there trying to remember this new material that I've written. I'm going over it in my head, trying to remember it. So I'm not really focusing on the comedian, which might sound a bit rude, but it's not. You try and be supportive, but if you've not been on and you got this new stuff and you're nervous as well because you're going to go on and do this new stuff and all that, I've made my point.
I don't like it when what actually really gets to me and really annoys me as a performer, very much a performer.
As an artiste,
but I am very much a performer.
Performance artist.
I started when I was treading the boards when I was about 10 years old. But no, I get annoyed when people can't. One of my big things is I have to remember what I'm doing. If I'm doing 10 minutes, I have to remember it. I can't be going, right, what's on my hand, what's on my bit of paper. And I know a lot of people do it, and I know a lot of people don't.
It's deemed unprofessional. But if it's a new material night, it's sort of a bit more accepted.
But the thing is, what annoys me is I go for I'm like, no, I'm going to make sure I learn it.
Yeah.
But then other people, you can get a laugh out of that, can't you? You can go, oh, new material, that's a cross off there, and then you get the notebook out. Whereas with me, I'm like, it is new material, but it doesn't look like new material because I've learned it. Because I'm so bloody.
Yeah, it's a bit cliche. Yeah, you shouldn't say it's new material before.
No, I don't
let them do it. Or what I would do, I would sandwich it in between some good stuff. So I would do a joke that I know works, and I'll see the audience's reaction, and then I'll do the new one. So if and then I'll do another old tried and tested after. So sandwich in between. So if it bombs, then I'll
you got a good one,
coming. So like the audience are still entertained, and you keep that momentum.
It just annoys me when you think, well, come on, 10 minutes or even 5 minutes. Sometimes you think, surely you can remember what you've written.
No, but this is the thing. I was chatting to someone about this recently. Actually, when you first start doing comedy, and you've not done stand up, a lot of people really admire anyone who does stand-up comedy, and rightly so, right? It takes bottle to get on stage, but you've got to go on stage, right? But it's bad enough going on stage, public. I know geezers, right, who would kill someone, like nutters who would kill someone, not bat an eyelid, but like stripe them, shoot them, beat the shit out of someone.
What stripe mean?
Stripe, like cut them across the old boatway, slash them, right? Who would do that happily. I know not a problem, wouldn't bat an eyelid, wouldn't think twice. But they would fucking shit himself if you said get on the stage and start speaking. Terrify them.
What if they had to get on stage and what was it? Snipe someone.
Stripe.
Someone.
They call it stripe because you're putting a stripe on them.
Yeah.
Them. But no, you not see my point.
Open stripe night.
Yeah. Anyway, but so what I'm saying is it takes guts. Also, my other point, not only have you got to go on stage and speak, but you've got to make people laugh as well. And also, I remember when I first started, I think, how the fuck am I supposed to remember 5 minutes?
Yeah.
You're like, wow. And you got their jokes as well. You're not just going on there talking, even to remember, because you're in time. We've been doing it a long time now, me and Ben, 12 years. I've been doing stand-up. You're about the same, you had a break in between. I had a break. Anyway, but your brain learns. It's like a muscle. That muscle of remembering stuff is sort of trained, and so it don't really bother you. In the end, you can do it, not a problem. So we sort of take that for granted. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But when if you're not done stand up before, you got to remember 5 minutes of jokes. Get on stage and do it.
Yeah.
You go, okay. I done a comedy course when I started, about a 6-week comedy course. So every week I would go and do this training, and then at the end of it, I done a showcase. I had no plans of getting on stage. I just wanted to learn about comedy. Yeah, I'll tell you the story how I got into comedy while we're here. Okay. And then you can tell me yours. Okay. Tell everyone theirs. I got into it. I was messing about on a so it's about 12 years ago. The internet weren't big like it is now. There's little bits and bobs. There's like a football chat room, like Millwall supporters, but other supporters come on it, like football fans thing, right? And me and my mates used to go on there just take the piss and that. Whereas Millwall is a very big draw, so and we'd just go on there some people go and try and act all hard and talk like fucking oh, we just take the piss out of people, basically. Anyway, there's this geezer on there who was a comedy writer. He said he was a comedy writer in LA. Everyone was anonymous on there. Like, they had these like made up names, acronyms. Is that the word?
With a little picture, like
no, just made up names, like nicknames, handles.
Okay, yeah.
And Popeye, fucking whatever.
Right.
I don't know why I said Popeye, but
Popeye
anyway.
367.
Yeah, whatever. Could be anything. Sunglasses, Jim. And he said, you should get into comedy. So I said, I want to know what to do. He goes, so get you and your film you and your mates on the little camera phones weren't like they were on there either. So we really used to film stuff fucking about. And then I wanted to, that sort of took off quite well. But it was only like comedy.
I remember you talking to me about this before. Wasn't it called like the Nasty Boys?
The lovely geezers.
Lovely geezers.
Used to do like lovely geezer videos. And they become quite big. And what they do, people would do them. And they'd see celebrities and get them to say that, hello, I'm Danny Dyer, I'm a lovely geezer. And that was like a joke. And it sort of took off on the football thing a bit. And then it was quite big at one point. And then I started reading books about joke writing, and I wanted to learn about writing comedy. I had no designs on performing stand-up or comedy. I just wanted to write it and get other people to do it. And so I signed up for this sketch course, which I thought would be like, I didn't realise, sketch now would be like live sketch. If you've done a sketch course now, it'd be like live sketch, like a sketch team. But I thought it was like writing sketches for TV. Maybe it was. Anyway, so I signed up for this course, and then the time come around about a day before, and they said, oh, sorry, we ain't filled all the places up. We put you on to the next month's one or whatever it was. So that come round again, they done the same. I said, just give me my money back. And I was like, fuck about it, it weren't happening. And I'd read about 3 or 4 books about joke writing and stuff by this time. Took it very seriously. And then I see the first one I see was stand-up comedy. It said learn about joke writing, 6 weeks, down the Old Kent Road. Down the Old Kent Road. And I've done that, and then it said at the end you perform at Up the Creek Comedy Club. I thought, there's no way I'm going to fucking perform. I'll just do the course and then fuck off. What are they going to do? They can't force me on stage.
Yeah.
But I've done the course that's going really well, and I ended up going on stage and performing about 200 people, and it was such a buzz, and I just kept going. And I kept going, and I really found a passion. And I was like a bit of a naughty boy before, but I found comedy. It's a really positive thing that I got into, and I just totally immersed myself in it. And I was just so passionate and in love with it.
It's a different way of life, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. And I've met so many people. They got people going about diversity and all this like sort of stuff. I had to change the way I spoke when I do comedy for a couple of reasons. On stage, so I used to speak a lot more slangy, a lot more cockney, but now I'm mixing with a lot more middle class people, and I've met people from not just middle class, all different walks, like you name it, I've met them, like people, all different races, all different creeds, all different sexualities, transsexuals, everything, all people from all over the world.
Yeah.
And it's just, and you don't really think about, well, you don't think about that. You just get on with a comedy and you all have a laugh. So that's really sweet in that, which is quite ironic, really, because some of the comedians really used to go on about, oh, racism, this, right. They used to go about fucking racism all the time, mostly white middle class ones, lefty types. But it was, but yeah, I was in totally new circles that I'd never been in before. And it led me into acting as well, which I'm very grateful for. And, just a great journey, but there's no better buzz than making someone laugh.
Yeah.
In all the things I've done in my life, there's no better buzz than making. And when you're on stage and you get a big laugh from like loads of people, that's
nice.
That's the buzz.
It is, yeah.
How did you get into it?
Well, it's addictive. That's why when I had a break, I came back because I was just like.
How did you start? What started you off though?
Well, I used to go to Up the Creek. Don't really want to plug it now, but Up the Creek. It was back in the day. It was the Malcolm Hardy days, as people call it. It was awesome. Like, you used to go there on a Sunday night. I was working at the London Dungeon at the time, and I've always been an actor. So I came to London to be an actor and to always been a bit of a performer.
Dick Whittington.
Yeah, exactly. And I would go to Up the Creek on a Sunday night, and I was amazed by like the people that would come down. So it'd be like, oh, we got a special guest tonight, and it'd be Jimmy Carr or Alan Carr or Stephen Merchant was there.
Anyone called Carr, basically.
Anyone called Carr. And it was
Maxine Carr.
But I was amazed at like these
Alive
people
on stage
down.
murder by Maxine Carr. Was she a murder? Huh? Maxine Carr, who was she? What was she? Ian Huntley's bird.
Maxine Carr. Yeah, I think so.
Was it
yeah.
Ian Huntley and Maxine Carr?
No, hang on, no, because there was isn't that
Derek.
What's not Alan? Who's Alan Partridge? Steve Coogan. Doesn't he do a Maxine Carr?
Pauline Calf.
Pauline Calf. That's it. No, Maxine Carr is she's Ian Huntley's bit of stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
Anyway.
I used to watch that a lot, and I used to love that, and it was really good acts back then. And then I'd go to the Comedy Store and I'd watch the Gong Show and things like that, and I started really getting into comedy.
Gong Show.
Oh, I tell you what, before I did comedy, I loved the Gong Show so much, because you could go there and you could really, just shout and
Explain right.
So
For context.
I think we've explained what one is before, but basically,
For anyone who's
you
just
do 5 minutes, and within that 5 minutes, if the audience don't like you, they can hold up cards, and if you get 3 cards, you're gonged off. So you could do like 10 seconds.
And it's sort of the audience are encouraged to heckle and boo and stuff like that. I think did we go to one?
Maybe
It's better to what I performed in it
I'll
twice.
tell you what, watching
When
one
I first started, I performed in it twice, and I beat the gong twice, but I never won. I think my best memory was going.
Yeah.
Was you there that night?
Yeah, I think so,
I think
yeah.
we turned up a few of us. Our mate Stooch was there, and a few others
Oh, it was great
possibly.
fun.
And it's a Monday night, and you like to say you encourage the boo and stuff like that.
It was
and
fun.
we'd had a few drinks, and we was going for it. I remember fucking hell, because I might be wrong.
My mate was going for it, and she was screaming, and then someone went. I think it was me and my mates screaming at one point, and then the woman behind us went, "I'd like to see you have a go." And I'm literally on in a minute.
But yeah, we went a bit mad. I remember because I picked up on a thing. Right, if you got born up, there's a few of us. I said, if you start going,
Yeah.
and then 2 of you do it for it, then the next thing you know, the whole room's doing it. It's brilliant. Because what happens sometimes with them gong shows, the crowd are too nice. So what happens? It's a lot of luck involved. Good people do win it, but there's a lot of luck. You've got to be in the right place, right time. There is that element, because what happens sometimes, the crowd don't warm up and they don't really start booing. Then the MC has to come and goes, right, we need you to start gonging people.
Yeah, that's what happened
And
to
so
me.
the next one who comes on, they are fucked.
Yeah.
You can get the best comedian in the world, right?
Well, they did.
And, Ben Adams, exactly, prime example.
Yeah. And then within 10 seconds, boo.
But didn't even. So that's.
Ridiculous.
So, but when we went. We was strong in it.
We were.
I remember some geezer come on. I'm pretty sure. He might had some bad disability. But what used to happen?
It's all right, Derek's laughing.
Derek's like, no, I'm just telling the story.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But what happened? What happened? Right. Bearing in mind, the audience are encouraged to boo in it, and in comedy, there's like cliches or hackiness or whatever. And I like see me. I like comedy if it's funny, right? I don't give a fuck what you look like, where you're from.
Back a little bit.
Back
Sorry.
off from the mic. I don't give a fuck. I'm getting into this, Ben. I don't give a fuck, right? Where you just be funny for me, right? And be original. And I don't like that when they try and what this geezer done basically. Come on. He fucking waddled on or whatever. With his fucking disability. He's going, oh, I'm not even going to do the voice. But he had his voice, right? And he gone, I can't even remember, but I'm not bottling out, but I'm going to tell you, this was a sort of similar story. The details are probably off, but it was like this. He's come on with his disability. I've got this disability, right? That was a quarter of a voice, wasn't it? I think it just got away.
Yeah, that was fine.
He go, I've got this disability. And we're like, boo. Not because of his disability, because it was fucking cliche, hack it. It was like pulling on people's, like the guilt trip thing. Like, no, mate, be funny. And that's what we went to it, and we went to town, and everyone booed him. And I remember the MC coming, even the MC coming. He went, fuck me, he goes, that's a bit out of order. But that is the nature of the night.
That is the nature.
We'll go to a normal night and do it. And
the
reason, just to clarify, the reason he come out with some right hacky cliche stuff. That's why he got booed. It was like, no, mate, come on, that's too easy, that's too cheap.
You've got to give everyone the same go of it.
Because what they do, right, sorry, just to clear up, right, especially in London, a lot of the comedy is very left-wing open mic. And if you go on there, at that time, if you go on there with a disability or a minority or something, straight away your fucking grace goes up like to 50%.
Well, that's what I do at the moment. I keep saying I'm bisexual because I think that's what people want. They want this, and then I'll do a little joke about that.
Some sort of minority.
Yeah, exactly. This is my thing. Oh, I've got to have a thing. And there was a girl on the same night. There was a girl who was a black girl, and she was a comedian of colour, and she was doing a bit, and she wasn't getting any laughs. And someone put a card up, and she went, oh, there's racists in the audience. And as soon as she said that, the audience were like, they wouldn't dare but gong her off. And she was going on for about another 2 minutes, not making anyone laugh. And I shouted, when was the last time you laughed? And I was just... But it
What
wasn't...
happened when you said that? Did everyone laugh?
Everyone sort of went, I can't remember. But I
break your
shouted.
ice?
I don't think it did.
I thought it'd be like a
I think she
groundbreaking
got-
moment.
I
Everyone
know,
started
yeah,
clapping.
yes,
Yeah, someone said it at last, but it was
Finally.
fell flat.
Yeah, it did
Brilliant.
fall flat. And then she got through. But it
Who
was
was you
so
with? Was you
annoying.
with a missus?
Yeah, I was with my mate.
Oh,
I think
how
it was
did
the
your mate
same.
react?
Oh, he was the same as me. He loved it. He loves booing people.
I can imagine someone literally putting their head on theirs going,
Oh,
Ben,
God,
no, Ben.
I've said some awful things at the Gong Show.
But the Gong, this is the context
remember
of
what
it.
I
Listen,
said?
this is the point. This is what, go down there and abuse people.
Yeah.
We've spoke about going down there with like laser pens and shit like that. Never actually... we should do it one day. Just really go for it. Like let
no,
off,
but the problem is
let
what
off
I mean.
mice in there and stuff
This
like
is
that.
the problem. You can't do it when you're
Like start egging
an
them,
act, can you?
egging them.
You can't though, can you? Because
I'm not. Listen, obviously, I'm joking. Listen,
know,
this is a positive podcast.
I know.
Number.
I mean, when I've done it, I've done the comedy show. I've died all the time, and I remember I was so bitter and I was so angry, and I went, I hope you'll die of AIDS.
Oh, you'll die of AIDS.
I hope you die of AIDS.
Did you?
Yeah, and I
Was you
like-
crying? Oh,
no, I wasn't
God.
crying, but I was so angry.
How did they respond?
Awful. It was a terrible
What did
thing
they
to
say
say.
when you said
They
that?
just went boo, and I was like, yeah, no, it was a stupid thing to say. But I just was so angry and was so
Do you know
like,
something?
fuck off.
Do you know something? I just remembered. I've done one in Manchester as well. And
Beat the frog.
No, it was Gong Show, King Gong,
Oh.
comedy Gong Show in Manchester.
Oh, okay.
So I'll just tap the table. Sorry, this is when I first started doing comedy, my first year. So I'd done the Gong Show in London very early, and I got to the final, and then I lost the final. I beat the Gong, I lost the final. And people going, "Oh, you should have won that. You should have won it." So I went back another time, beat the Gong, lost the final again. Didn't anyway, but done well both times. Anyway, and then I thought someone said about going to the Manchester one. I thought, yeah, I'll have a go at that. And I was on in the second half.
Right.
And I'm in the first, and I've been going a bit longer by this time. So
Yeah,
I've built-
yeah.
And I've done well in the London ones. Just shows you. Sitting there watching it, we drove all the way to me and Andy Zapp. It was actually.
Oh.
He was driving. Andy Zapp, if you listen, he's a comedian.
He did a funny thing up the
Funny
creek,
mate.
I'll tell you about.
Let me finish the story quick though. We're watching them. We're in the first half. I'm not joking. I'm not being like snobby, but the London. The comedians were shit, basically. It was Manchester. At the time, the scene weren't as big as it is now. And there's a lot of the comedians were going. A lot of them were terrible. I know it's open mic, a lot of them, but they was going. A lot of them were going on doing like nicked jokes off the telly and stuff. And they were just shit. And I'm sitting there thinking, fucking hell, I'm going to waltz this. I was really like confident. Anyway, went on there. Fuck me. I lasted about 10 seconds, I think. I think it's a Cockney accent.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I don't know. I've never really had that before because I do gig all over the show and I'll get on wherever I go. Some people thought, oh, you'll be too good at it. But no, I'll do really well wherever I go. I prefer northern gigs, if anything. I do now. I do better. They seem a lot more down to earth, a lot of the crowds. But everywhere's different. But I like gigging up north and I love it. I've been abroad gigging. Yeah.
But you didn't beat the Gong that time.
No, I got fucked,
I
mate.
know,
I took a spanking, basically.
I've beaten one Gong in my time, and that's it. I'm not bothered. It's just
They're a fuck about
I'm
it.
not
mate.
the type
It
of-
doesn't mean nothing. But it's a bit of fun. They are fun. They're good
It
to
is
watch.
fun. The point
You
is,
go to watch them boom.
if you want to watch them, then go watch them because it's
Get
so
drunk
funny.
and be
Get really
abusive.
drunk and just shout at them.
Your shit, yeah.
Because
Listen.
you're going to ruin the comedian's day, like ruin mine.
No, you're not. Well, you would,
will.
but
You ruined my
they know the nature of it. They wouldn't be.
Yeah,
too,
you get
if you
over
went to a normal comedy club and started shouting at,
No,
yeah,
don't
that's
do
out
that.
of order. That's not right.
Don't do that.
But
Well,
no,
make
go and
sure
watch
you
them. But
don't,
if they're good, sit there and laugh by all means. But when you get the shit, what you got license to like
Yeah,
fucking tell them.
get them off. They're wasting your time.
That's the nature of the thing. It's great fun. Great
good fun, good
Great fun. Bloody,
Love it.
Bloody good fun.
But yeah, so that's how we met. I think we got onto that.
Yeah.
With how we met.
Yeah, cut a long story short.
But yeah, that was. And then what was it? Oh yeah, I did. Oh, hang on. That's where we were at. I went to a Gong show, and that's where. And then eventually, I was watching these comedy gigs, and then I kept thinking, getting that buzz of what happens when I watch comedy, of going, I just want to get up there. I just want to get up there. I just want to get up there. And I decided to do it. And then I did a few gigs with the London Dungeon crowd. who I was with, they used to put on shows and stuff, so I'd do a bit of that. And I was
The old
so
London Dungeon crowd.
I was so ridiculously offensive. Like, it was so
You
awful.
was.
No,
no.
not when you saw me. This was worse.
No, yeah, go on.
This was like, I was so awfully offensive.
A lot of new comedians.
on,
Sorry,
let
yeah,
me
I beg
finish.
your pardon.
And I was really offensive. And I was trying to make my friends laugh. But then it started getting to the point where I'd have other gigs. And then that stuff I couldn't make my friends laugh if they weren't there. And then so I started getting into it. And yeah, eventually.
I just remembered something really funny. And you might want to cut this out.
Oh, okay.
But I remember you done it was at the Miller. On a Sunday.
Yes.
There was a charity.
Yes.
You know what's going to come.
Yeah.
There was a charity gig. It was the Tsunami.
So fucking
That's how long ago it was. The Tsunami. They done a charity gig.
The
for
Japanese
Hang on,
tsunami.
The Japanese Tsunami. And I remember the very famous, the very great Sarah Pascoe was hosting. She wasn't such a big, massive name now. She was a bit more, hadn't quite.
No, she hadn't made it then.
Not like that. No, she was great though. And she was hosting it. And I remember, I think I knew her a little bit from improv and stuff. But not like, all right, Sarah, yeah, no. And
It was very
so
early
you was
as well.
performing. I went before. I remember watching, and you went on. You went. Do you remember what you said?
Yeah.
Go on. Then, what did you say?
I went, hey everyone, give me a wave. Give me a massive wave. Because it was a
There's
Japanese
something else you said as
tsunami.
well.
And I said crying from...
No, yeah.
What did
Let's.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, is that a little bit too... I went, bit too soon? Bit too tsunami.
No, yeah, and then
I
you
didn't
went.
say it very well then. I mean, it's been years.
Anyway, and there was another one. You said, let's help them wipe away their tears from their Japs eyes.
Why did I say that? Why did
So
I
we
say
want to
that?
edit that maybe.
No, it's fine. I don't care. I said
That's
it.
what you said, and I'll never forget her face. She's like, weren't expecting that.
No.
I remember the Japs side. They might have said other stuff afterward, but I remember she sort of like introduced you on, and there'd be another acts on. Everyone's all very good as gold and all that, and then you come on and said that, and she was like, thinking, did he really say that?
Yeah,
no,
I
he
know.
couldn't have said it. Just
No,
carried on.
surely
It was
not.
quite funny, but it was funny in the sense of
Yeah, but the thing is,
it's like the shock humour
That's
thing.
what I
Innit?
always say. You got to find the line. That was me. I hadn't even been going like a year. I'd just been trying stuff out, and then they put me on this gig because I knew the girl that was running it. Hey, I blame her. I still laugh that the massive wave thing was funny. I don't care. That was funny. But the Jap
dark
stuff,
humour.
not
Listen,
so much.
Ben, like very much, and this is what I was going to say actually. When comedians first start, you notice, and I was similar to an extent, but not too bad. But a lot of comedians, and when we started as well, Frankie Boyle was very big.
Oh God, it was that sort of time.
And at that time, Frankie Boyle was very dark and very like dark humour, basically. And there's a lot of other
When
dark
was
humour.
it? It was like 2011, something like
about
that.
12 years ago.
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
We're in 2023 now. For anyone who's listening from the future.
About 2011 it was.
Anyway, there's a lot of dark humour. He was a great comedian. He was big on Mock the Week, and he's dark, and it's funny. You know, like now. Dark humour seems to be frowned upon a bit, but it's only humour. It's dark humour.
Yeah.
All right, you can go too far. I get that, but anyway, that's not the point. But what is the point? Yeah, the point is I think a lot of open mic when they first start comedy, because obviously you learn things as you go along. You learn how to read a room, and and they go on there. A lot of them, I think, most of them are innocently doing it and thinking, "Oh, it's just a joke." Because it's just a joke. They go, "No, it's not just a joke." It's that big argument, but they come on and it's just a joke. They don't mean nothing, but they'll be very crude. Very like inappropriate sexual stuff, or even a bit, maybe a bit racist or whatever. Thinking, oh no, but in their head they're like, oh, I'm only joking, and in time they learn. But it's quite funny to watch when you go to these gigs. I used to find it quite funny. Some people get, but not in the funny as they're being horrible. It's just the funny in that, in the reaction, how it created a reaction.
That's
you know
what
I
we're
mean?
saying. That's what we're saying about.
That's where I found I wasn't laughing at. Oh look, he's having a go at midgets or whatever.
Yeah.
Or dwarfs or what. I'm not having a go. I'm
Little
just
people.
saying. I'm laughing at they don't realise what.
Yeah.
And they're sort of like, everyone's going, whoa, you
But
can't say that.
that's what we're saying. Like the beauty of open mic comedy is you don't know what you're going to get. People are experimenting. People are trying out. And I was going to say that there was a guy that I knew we both know, and I'm sure we were both at this gig. And it's happened a few times with a few people I've seen where they just get their cock out. Where they die so badly that they go, no, they're dying so badly, and they go, oh, I saw this one guy, and he went, well, I might as well get my dick out. and he just pulled his trousers down.
Do
It
you
was
know something?
pathetic to watch.
Do
It
you know
was so
something?
bad,
I've-
but so funny.
Can I just say something? I'm glad you brought it up. I've heard this a lot of times about comedians getting their dicks out.
Yeah.
I've heard it loads of people moaning about it, and I've never seen it. I've gigged
It's
a
a
long
weird
time.
thing that happens.
I've
seen
never
it.
seen
I
it.
reckon
I've
3
never.
times.
This is the first I've heard it. Yeah, I'd like to hear more about it because I always thought, people making a big. Some people like to be outraged and all this. I thought, I've never seen it happen. I'm not saying it hasn't happened.
Oh, no,
I'm sure
definitely
it has.
has.
I mean, I've heard the
I thought you were
odd little
there.
story.
You were at a
but
gig
tell me
where
a story.
You were at a gig where there was a poet. Do you remember a poet who used to get naked? He used to be called the Naked Poet. And it was at cabaret nights and stuff. No?
Can't we? I've got a
But-
terrible memory.
So
now.
with the getting your dick out thing, what it
Yeah, go on,
is,
tell
what I
us.
think it is when someone's dying so bad, they do another joke. Oh, they're dying. I watched a guy the other night who was just kept talking about how he was dying and I don't know why I'm doing this. I'm going to kill myself. And it was reaching that point where people go, I'm so embarrassed right now. I feel so exposed and I feel like nothing's gone right. I might as well just get my fucking dick
if all
out.
else fails,
Yeah.
get your core
Yeah,
out.
because that's like
That's
their
their-
brain
that's
going
what-
to that part. It's amazing how it
I
happens.
get it. Or it's a panic thing, or it's like
Yeah.
a dog in a corner type thing. I've never actually seen it though. I've never
Oh,
actually
I
seen
have.
it.
It's weird.
I'll tell you a funny one I did see. It was quite famous at the time. This shows you some comedians are so fucking deluded and stupid and think because they're on the stage they can. And it's sort about finding a fine line. I remember there's this comedian, right?
And we've all done it. We've all done it.
No, we haven't all done it.
Well, I have.
No, we haven't.
Well, I
we all
don't know
make
what you're
mistakes.
gonna say, but-
Don't get me
yeah,
wrong. We're all
exactly.
human. We all make
That's
mistakes.
what I mean.
But I've never got me cock out on
No,
stage.
no.
I'll tell you what happened. I was in a pub. I've done this gig in a pub in Hackney near Vicky Park, right?
Who's Ricky?
Vicky Park, Victoria Park, Hackney in London, right? And there's this actor called Johnny Armstrong. Do you remember him?
Oh, I do.
He
I
used
was
to
thinking
fall
about
out.
him
He
the other
used to
day.
fall out with a lot of people. But he used to have quite good one-liners.
He did.
Then he moved to Germany and he was on telly and all that. But he had loads of enemies. That's not the point of this story. But he used to fall out with a lot of people in comedy. But that's not the point of the story. The point of the story is he went on stage. And there's this point, he used to go dressed as a lion, I think, was it?
Yes. Yeah.
Or some sort of animal.
No, yeah, he had a lot. Yeah.
I bet it's irrelevant to the story anyway.
No.
But say he's gone on stage dressed as a lion. And I remember there was these geezers and all, big lumps. And this in particular geezer, so they've probably not been to a comedy night before. So what happens, they're not really comedy, so they don't realise you've got to be quiet and watch the show. Really, and an MC might address that, being, right, can everyone be quiet? And I always, like, then we can, no distractions, we enjoy the show. Everyone, yeah, and they, you sort of like give them the heads up. So they've gone in, they wouldn't have been told that. This biggest, blackest geezer you could find, right? He weren't a mug, this is my point. Big, hard geezer, right? In Ackley. He shouted out, Johnny's doing his joke. I might be slightly off with this story, but it's similar. Anyway, point being, he shouted out saying, and so comedians have like put downs for hecklers, right?
The guy shouted out something to Johnny.
Johnny, yeah, from the audience.
Oh, right, okay.
But he's joining in, like, and he meant well.
Yeah.
He meant well. It's different. If someone like fucking it up and they keep going, you might go, you hammer them with a put down.
Yeah.
See me I have to be careful because I'm a big geezer. I can look like a bully. If you got a little 3-foot woman on and someone shouted out, so she goes, "Shut up, you cunt!" Everyone will laugh because she's small.
Yeah.
Or little geese with like fucking bins on, skinny little cunt. And like, you know what I mean? Excuse the language. Sorry,
Yeah.
Mum. And also sorry to a big priest following we've got. Sorry to them. So you have to be careful where you do
So
it.
the
And you
guy
have to
shouted-
read the situation. So what happened? The geezer shouted something out. If Johnny's an open mic at this time, he made a bad call. He used one of his put down lines. He said something about that involved the geezer's mum. So he's like done a little joke about his mum. as a put down.
So's your mum,
So
basically.
the geezer, and then the geezers come on stage, right? Towering over him, this big black geezer, right? Fucking, he's towering over. He's going, "Fucking say that again." And like Johnny's like, arseholes fell out completely, which it would, to be fair. Shit. I remember at the time, I'm a big geezer. Someone turned around to me and I was sitting in the crowd because I'm performing it. Like as if to say, do something. I thought, I'm not fucking doing nothing.
Lenny.
I'm like, number one, it's not my. And then afterwards, what happened afterwards, right?
Well, what did he do? Hang on.
No, nothing. He just had a go at him and he
Oh.
shit himself. Then he walked off
Oh, okay.
stage. He's like had a go at his mum,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Anyway, next day, because he used to film all these videos.
Yeah.
Sorry, film all these gigs and all this sort of thing. And next thing you know, it's gone online. Might have gone on Chortle, I think. Story about audience member goes on stage and like threatens comedians. So I was trying, and then people going, "Oh, bloody audience member, bloody hecklers ruining comedy." But I thought, no, this is in that instance.
you got to
right,
learn.
The geezer was just having a lot, and he's like cunting off his mum. I'm thinking, what do you expect if you're gonna? Just because you're a comedian,
Yeah.
you can't talk to people like right. And this is what I get a lot, right? But my point is, they made there's a big thing in there going, oh, and a lot of the comedians, it was like on one of these comedy forums, or saying, oh, bloody audience members. But
I think you gotta learn.
the geezer, I'll make the geezer right. He's lucky he didn't get smacked. To be honest with you, I would have blamed him, the geezer, if he chinned him. He went over the top, digging out his mum and all that. The geezer's just having a laugh. Imagine you done that in the street. Wouldn't last a minute. Anyway. He learnt a lesson now, but I mean, we all do when you first start comedy. But that was a bit of an arse one he learnt.
Yeah.
But what was I going to say?
But he went on and started calling him
Oh
out.
yeah, he's online the next day
Yeah,
making out to be the
yeah,
victim,
yeah.
and a lot of comedians didn't get that. I'm thinking that's just like common sense. That's like streetwise. You don't go to Hackney, like the East End, and like find the biggest hardest looking geezer and like fucking dig out his mum.
Yeah.
And not expect a comeback. Do you know what I mean? He's lucky he didn't get fucking his head kicked.
But
in, to be
that's
totally honest.
see, that worries me though, because that is hard to do. Like, because I know with that Johnny Armstrong, I'd say he was a bit like me in that sense, a bit of a bit scared of people and whatever, and a bit of a pussy is what I'm going to say. But what I'm saying is, with like big geezers like that, I can see where I wouldn't know when I was new, I wouldn't know what to say. I wouldn't know what to do.
Well, you
So
wouldn't
he's
slag
ju-
off his mum, would you?
No, God, no.
That's common sense.
Yeah,
Anyone would
yeah,
know
yeah.
that.
Yeah. His
But-
dad, though, he
But
probably
I
didn't know,
would say
but-
this is a general rule. This is for people who don't go comedy, right? So a lot of them come to my if like friends come, oh, I don't want to sit at the front. I don't want to sit at the front. I'll get picked on. No, you won't get picked on. If you go to a comedy club, right? This is a general rule, right? If you go to a comedy club and you just sit there and enjoy the show, you ain't going to have any problems from a comedian. They might come out and do a bit of crowd work and chat to you. Hello, mate, what's your name, where you from? And have a little bit of a laugh with you. They won't start. The only reason they will start hammering you, a good comedian, the only reason they will start hammering you is if you start heckling or you start playing up or you start being a pest, right? So that's the only reason. And then that's sort of like the unwritten rule. It's like if an audience member starts heckling or starts playing up, then they're fair game to like bring them down. No comedian's just going to go and start caning someone in the audience for no reason. That's not. That's
But then
not
that's
seen
another
as
thing
that's
you
not
learn.
seen as good form.
Yeah.
If they do that, they're probably not a good
But
comedian.
then you do see people that have seen these things online. They've seen heckler put downs and stuff. And someone was telling me a story the other day that there was a comedian. I don't know who this is. So if it's you, then I'm sorry. But
Weren't
I
me.
don't know.
No, it weren't me.
It wasn't us.
Weren't
But
me.
someone was doing a gig and they had this thing where they were purposely trying to get people to heckle them so they could video it and put it, because that's quite popular on TikTok. So they were purposely sort of
Comedian
calling it out.
destroys heckler.
Yeah. And so they were purposely doing it to try and get a response from the audience. And then what happened was they didn't get a good, like basically that the guy wanted to like kill him or whatever. So
But a lot of it is common sense, and if you're not comedy, or we've been doing comedy a long time. You pick up on these dynamics. And
there's loads of things I've made
So,
mistakes
yeah,
on. I mean,
but-
you could write a book with the amount of mistakes I've made in comedy.
Really?
Oh yeah, loads. Yeah, but you
A
learn
book-
from
a
them.
book?
A whole book. Yeah, it'd be hilarious. Yeah.
How many
Many.
pages would the book be?
I reckon 300.
Really?
Yeah, lots of mistakes. I've made
Ben's
lots
mistakes.
of mistakes.
Let's get any publishers want to get that one off the ground.
Yeah,
Ben's
what
comedy
not to do
mistakes.
with comedy.
No, I thought Ben's comedy mistakes.
Ben's comedy mistakes. Oh, there's lots.
Chapter
There's
one.
lots.
Chapter
Ask me what a number.
Right,
Pick a number.
Pick one.
There's 100 mistakes. Pick a number between 1 and 100.
48.
48. Don't. Okay.
I know the
Mistake-
water. I sprayed water over myself and nearly fucking electrocuted myself.
Oh really?
Slapped it, yeah.
Oh yeah, you used to like spray water. in
Yeah,
it.
still do.
Number 48. Don't tell an audience member that you want to cut her face off.
Have you
Simple.
Done that? Have you done that?
Yeah, no, it wasn't. It was a joke, but it didn't
No,
go down
obviously,
very
yeah,
well.
No.
No.
What
I
happened? What happened?
got a response from
Can
the
you-
booker that week saying, "I really like you, Ben, but I won't."
Can you keep the cut in the audience
Yeah.
members' faces
I
down
won't
to a
be-
minimum?
I won't be inviting you back because you told an audience member that you were going to cut her face off.
We used to have this.
Oh, well.
When I used to do this fundraising, right? And we had a team, and we had this manager, and he's a lovely bloke, lovely man, right? But he used to he was so soft, and like would be fundraising, and someone would play up, do something right. It was quite delicate, and he'd get a message, right, lads, yeah, can you just, good work today, lads. Can you keep this stabbing people down to a minimum, please? Just like fucking do like literally anything. All right, lads, well done today. Could you keep the terrorism just down to a minimum? Take it down a few notches. But anyway, yeah, listen.
There we
thank
go.
you.
Comedy. Nice. Just quickly, obviously keep following us, keep sharing it, keep telling everyone you can. Join up on our Patreon.
Sign up on the Patreon, pay the money, keep supporting us, keep us going, keep us afloat. Keep us afloat.
But I think that's it. See you next week.
When it's spring again, I'll bring again. Shoot it from Amsterdam.